Welcome to How I Unfucked My Life. I'm your host, Christine DeGrazia, registered nurse and founder of Calm by Intention. On this show, we bridge the gap between mindset and physiology. We're combining the raw grit it takes to change your life with the clinical science it takes to regulate your nervous system, because it takes more than just mindset to calm a body in survival mode. Let's get into today's episode. I am so glad that you joined me today. I want to let you know that we have been sold a lie. The lie is happily ever after. We have been told that if we work hard enough, we'll eventually reach a plateau where we can just stop, where the marriage is fixed and the bank account is full, the recovery is done, the body is perfect, or maybe the mindset is on point. Well, the happily ever after is a psychological trap. It makes us feel like we're failing because we're still tired, or because we still have to fight for our sobriety or our happiness or our health, or because our relationships still take effort. Well, you aren't failing because you're still working. You feel like you're failing because you think you're supposed to be done. And if you're looking for that moment that you're done, I have some news that might hurt. It doesn't exist. There's only one finish line in this life, and it's the one we don't like to talk about. It's death. And every single second between right now and that final breath is a constant, active game. There's no done. There's only doing. And the moment you realize that, you stop being a victim of the grind and you start becoming the master of it. So let's look at the anatomy of this thing. You see, most people are playing a finite game. A finite game has fixed rules, a set beginning, and a clear end. You win the trophy, or you get the degree, you finish the 30-day challenge. But life is an infinite game. And the goal of an infinite game isn't to win. The goal is to keep playing. Let's look at recovery. If you're in recovery, you know there is no I'm fixed. The moment you think you're fixed or you're done is the moment you stop doing the things that keep you sober. Recovery is a daily maintenance of the soul. It's like breathing. You don't just do that once and say, okay, I'm good. It has to be done every single moment of every single day. It's the same with your mental health. I talk about calm by intention. People think that means reaching a state where nothing bothers you. No, it's not. It's building the discipline to return to a center every single time the world knocks you off of it. It's a constant active reset because life is constant. Or how about your happiness? You don't just become happy and stay there. You have to fight the voice in your head that lies to you every single morning. You have to choose the light over and over and over again forever. Think about your integrity. You don't just become a good person and then stop trying. You're only as good as the choices you're making right now. You have to be in the game every single day. There is no finish line for your character. There is no retirement for your discipline. You make choices every single day that determine who you are and what you become. So why does realizing this make you unstoppable? Because when you realize that life is a series of infinite games, your perspective shifts. Most people are stressed because they feel like they're behind. But you're behind on what? Because there is no finish line. You can't be late. You're just on the path. And when you accept that you will be working on yourself until the day that they put you in the dirt, you stop looking for the exit. You stop asking, how much longer? And you start asking, how can I walk this path better today? And when you accept that the work is forever, the anxiety of the work disappears. You see, if you think you have to be done by Friday, you're playing a game you're destined to lose, because life doesn't stop on Saturday. But when you realize that the real win is simply staying in the game, Friday becomes irrelevant. You stop stressing about the finish line and start focusing on your form. You aren't working toward a version of yourself that eventually stops trying. You're building a version of yourself that never has to, because you found a pace that feels like power, not like push. And this is like the neurosensory reset for your entire life. It's shifting your brain from scarcity mindset, where you're rushing to get to the end, to an abundance mindset where you realize the process is the life. You stop being a tourist in your own existence, waiting for the destination, and you become the architect of the journey. So to live this way, you need a new set of rules for the infinite game. And one, you have to accept the daily tax. Everything you want has a daily subscription fee. Your health, your sobriety, your peace, your love, your happiness. You can't buy them once and be done. You lease them every single day with the choices that you make. And two, stop comparing your chapter 2 to somebody's chapter 20. Since there is no finish line, there is no leader. You are only in competition with the version of you that wanted to quit yesterday. 3, find joy in the maintenance. If you hate the process, you're going to hate your life, because life is the process. Learn to love it. 4, honor the struggle. The struggle isn't that you're doing it wrong. The struggle is proof that you're still in the game. And 5, lower the intensity, increase the frequency. If you're playing a game that never ends, you can't sprint forever. You have to find a pace that you can sustain. It's better to be 50% consistent for 50 years than 100% consistent for 5 weeks. Look, one day the work is going to stop. One day the weights will be too heavy, the conversations will end, and the game will be over. But until that day comes, until they put you in the dirt, you have a choice. You can spend your life frustrated that the work never ends, or you can realize that the ability to do the work is the greatest gift that you've ever been given. The only finish line is the grave. Everything else is the process. So get back in the game. Stop looking for the finish line. Realize this, and you have become unstoppable. If this episode hit home, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, share it with somebody else that you think might need to hear it. We're all in this together. We're all in the game. Until next time. Thanks for listening to How I Unfucked My Life. I know the work is heavy, but remember, you aren't just fighting your brain, you're learning to lead your body. You have the grit to change your mindset, and you have the biology to find your peace. And every choice you make is a step towards the life that you deserve. So stop arguing with where you've been and start deciding where you're going. See you next time.